Well, can you just, Josh, can you give us a little brief idea on like the timeline from when it first entered your mind and to when it was down on paper and ready to cast and ready to start?
Absolutely, yeah. Like I said, I came up with the idea June of '08. I started writing the actual scripts after a little bit of just brainstorming, probably a month of that, and actually wrote for probably a year and a half before we sat down and I decided that it was where I wanted it.
Mm-hmm.
And Matt and I really started talking about shooting the damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then we all sat down as a group, probably I think that was in December when we sat down in my apartment, right? They ripped it apart, told me all the things that they hated about it, and that the steps we'd have to take to get it to where they thought it was a full story,
Uh-huh.
And so I guess that was a year and 8 months before we decided, okay, let's shoot it, and just me working on it before we brought in an entire team of people to make it what it's become in the last 9 months now.
Wow. So was that kind of like the initial meeting of all of you when you first came together? And
well, no, we worked on this is the first meeting about All God's Creatures.
About All God's Creatures, right?
Yeah, we had worked on Bad Apples it's been about a year. We've been working on Bad Apples, the web series, and the commercials and what have you.
But that was the first initial meeting for All God's Creatures when you presented it, and did everybody say, "Oh yeah, sure, we can do this"?
Absolutely not.
No.
They had read it in advance, and I mean, it was a situation of Brad and I decided we're shooting a damn film. We're shooting a film.
Yeah.
We decided this is the most feasible thing right now. So we send the script to them. We have them read it. We have the meeting in my apartment, and I'm sitting there hammering on them. Why? No, let's just fucking do it. Yes, we can fix it along the way, which is something we will never do again. But
yes,
it's a matter of just let's do it. And I mean, part of it, like Matt said, part of it was just that attitude. Like, yes, there are things to be fixed about it, but if we don't just do it, it'll never get done.
Right,
So I mean, there was an element of that, and they were kind of like, I guess, the buffer, the creative buffer that got us.
Well, for us, I guess what changed for us was the amount of time we would have to make the fixes that we needed. And it sounds sort of silly for the four people, for the four of us to be sitting here going, oh, so that first meeting, everyone was like gung ho. I was like, no, in fact, we were really against doing it.
No, they walked out of the apartment with the man. I was like, well, that could have went better.
But you're absolutely right. On the way home, me and Ryan were talking. It's like, well, right now, I don't think we're gonna do this. I mean, we'll have to see where it goes. We'll have to talk about it, see if we really get it, we like it, and then. But sure enough, here you're sitting today with the movie.
So at what point did you kind of start seeing that yes, it could be done?
Me and Ryan sat down together with the script, and we started talking about what we thought it needed for the story to kind of progress, and other little things that it kind of needed to help support the characters and the overall arc of the story. And after we had that meeting, I was like, no, I think we can do this. I think
there was that for me, and then of course also once we got the first main rewrite draft from our ghostwriter, it was okay. No, this can actually go somewhere, because really what the rewrites did, there was nothing wrong with the story even from the get-go. It was one thing that nobody had a problem with. Oh, the story, this is the guy, this is what he goes, this is what happens. It was really with the characters so much, and Josh obviously wrote it, and he was writing the character for himself, so he fleshed that out a lot more than say other characters in the story. So just for that first rewrite from another person to just flesh out some other characters just really made the story come alive. And from that first rewrite, that was when it was okay, no, even if we shot it as it is right now, we could still make a passable movie.